video, we will be covering discovery, pitch, and objection handling. We will be going through some of the NEPQ framework, the neuro-emotional persuasion questions designed by Jeremy Miner, which is extremely effective. I really recommend you look into it. But the whole idea is that when we as humans arrive to conclusions by ourselves, they serve as benchmarks in our own minds. They are viewed as correct conclusions, as fact, as true. But when other people tell us stuff, unless they have extreme authority and trust in our minds, we aren't as likely to believe it as if we come to our own conclusions. That's why question-based selling is so effective, because we make sure that the prospect arrives at their own conclusion. We just ask skilled questions in order for them to arrive at the conclusions that we want them to arrive at, which is exactly what we will be going through today. So in this video, we will explore a framework for conducting successful sales calls, discovery, pitch, and objection handling. By following this structure, you can control the flow of the conversation, ask the right questions, and ultimately position yourself as a trusted authority. We will also incorporate principles from the NEPQ philosophy, which focuses on asking questions that help the prospects uncover their own pain points, making them more internally motivated to take action. The discovery phase is the most critical part of the sales call. It's where you ask strategic questions to understand the prospect's current situations. You identify their goals and the problems that hold them back from achieving these goals, while also helping them recognize the impact of the challenges. This phase is about listening more than you talk, as the goal is to gather information that allows you to tailor your pitch later in the conversation. The NEPQ framework is designed to engage the prospect in dialogue. By asking questions, you make the prospect feel involved and valued. Internally persuade the prospect. Rather than forcing your solution on them, your questions guide them to the realization that they need to change, and you have the solution. Uncover emotional drivers. NEPQ questions tap into the emotional reasons behind the prospect's challenges, helping you create a connection and an urgency to act. So key NEPQ objectives in discovery is to uncover prospects' pain and emotional triggers, help them verbalize why they need to change, and position yourself as a trusted authority through skilled questioning. NEPQ questions for the discovery phase. Here's how you can apply NEPQ questions to guide your discovery phase effectively. These questions allow you to diagnose the problem, engage the prospect, and create a strong foundation for the rest of the conversation. So right from the get-go, we want to ask situation questions. Of course, there might be a bit small talk first. I truly recommend that you just go in, just ask them what made them book the call, and just get straight into the sales call right at the beginning. Because the more you small talk, the less offensive you just seem. Who cares about the weather, to be honest? So if you can just dive straight into what made you book this call today, or we've been texting for the last 2 months, now we're here in the call, what made you really proceed with this call? Just put the focus on them and their world, make sure that you know why they're there at first. That's how I would recommend it. But when you're when you've asked them, why are you on this call today, you want to dive straight into the situation questions. These questions help you understand the prospect's current situation, while also getting a glimpse of their challenges. So an example of situation questions could be, can you walk me through your current handling lead generation? How you're currently handling lead generation and appointment setting in your business? Also, what does your process look like for bringing in qualified leads at the moment? It could also look like, how long have you been working with this current system? So you just want to ask questions about their current situation in regards to appointment setting. So these questions just give you a baseline understanding of the prospect's current situation without jumping to conclusions or offering your solution too early. After you've kind of got a feel for where they are right now in their business, which type of customers they help, they need new appointments, how many appointments are they booking now, where did they get these appointments from, how long have they been using that system. You want to go into what we call problem awareness questions. And that's questions where we really find out if the prospect likes what they're doing now, or if they don't like it. And if they don't like it, what they don't like about it, so we can really know, okay, so how should we tailor our pitch to make sure that it includes everything they like and excludes everything they don't like. Problem questions can help you uncover the pain points the prospect may not fully have articulated. Some examples could be: how satisfied are you with the results you're getting from your current lead generation process? What challenges are you facing when it comes to finding and scheduling appointments with qualified leads? Has this affected your ability to scale or meet your revenue goals? These questions help prospects realize the gravity of their problems. They are not just answering you, they are hearing themselves vocalize the issue, which makes the problem more real too. Consequence questions. These questions are essential for making prospects think about what happens if they don't make a change. An example could be: if this continues, how do you see it impacting your growth over the next 6 to 12 months? And what would happen if you don't solve this challenge? How would it affect your team and revenue? By focusing on consequences, you're helping the prospect realize that inaction is not an option. You're creating urgency, making sure they take action on the call instead of postponing it. Solution questions. These questions help the prospect envision a future with a solution in place. If you had a way to consistently generate 10 to 15 qualified appointments every month, how would that change things for your business? Or another example: what would it mean for your growth if you didn't have to worry about lead generation and could focus on closing deals? These questions allows the prospect to picture success, making your upcoming pitch feel more like a natural progression towards solving their problem. The pitch phase. After a thorough discovery phase, you'll transition into the pitch, where you present your solution. However, this isn't about delivering a stand-up pitch. It's about making the prospect feel understood and tailoring your solution to the specific problems and desires they've shared with you. Your pitch should reflect back their challenges, mention the specific pain points and frustrations they discussed during discovery. 2, you should personalize the solution. Explain exactly how your service addresses their needs, making the connection between their problem and your solution crystal clear. And your pitch should also create urgency. Help the prospect see why acting now is the best option, particularly if the consequences of inaction are significant. A short example could be: based on our discussion, it seems like you are spending a lot of time and effort on lead generation, which is taking away from your ability to focus on closing deals and scaling your business. Our appointment setting service will provide you with a steady flow of 10 to 15 qualified leads every month, allowing you to dedicate your time to revenue generating activities. You've mentioned that the lack of quality leads is hindering your growth, and with our solution, you'll see the immediate improvements in efficiency and sales. This is a really short example, but that's how it could look like. This approach connects your service directly to the prospect's needs and emphasizes the value in solving their problems. Objection handling phase. Objections are a natural part of the sale. Handling objections is less about overcoming them and more about exploring the concerns behind them. The goal is to continue asking questions that help the prospects express and resolve their own concerns. Example of objection handling technique could be: to first acknowledge the objection. Number 2, ask clarification questions. 3, reframe with consequence. And 4, reinforce the value. So at the beginning, you want to just acknowledge the objection. I understand the price is a concern for you, especially when evaluating different solutions. Then you want to understand the whole concern a bit deeper. Can you help me understand what specifically makes you hesitant about the investment? Then, after they give you the answer, you want to reframe it with consequence. So if you continue spending time on lead generation without seeing the results you need, I guess, how do you think that would affect your business in the next 6 to 12 months? And making them think about consequences. And then after that, you would reinforce the value. So we've seen clients in your exact position see significant growth after just a few months of using our service, and I'm confident we can achieve the same for you. Would you be open to making and then maybe you could offer a lower startup investment, or you could just give the same offer again. By asking these kinds of questions, you allow the prospect to resolve their own objection, making the path to sell much smoother. So that's basically it. I want you guys to really focus on learning question-based selling, diving deep into any PQ. I can even give you a script. I think I will do that. So you have a variety of questions you can ask. But I think that the whole goal of the conversation is to truly just understand your prospect. Understand where they are now, where they want to go, what they are doing now to achieve that goal. Do they like it? do they not like it? What don't they like it about? What don't they like about it? Or what would they change about the way that they're trying to reach X goal if they could? And then dive into exactly either what they don't like or what they would change if they could. Because that's a sign of a problem. If they want to change something, then there's something that could be better. And that's what you want to dive deep into. Just want to hear, so what would you change if you could? And then you want to ask questions around that problem. Make sure you understand the problem. And then also make them clear on why that problem is holding them back from achieving this goal. After that, you really just want to dive deep into how would their ideal solution look for you guys. And then after you know that, you know what to kind of pitch them. And then after you know what an ideal solution looks like, you could just ask them, so if you were to find this ideal solution and you could book 15 highly qualified meetings every single month, what would that do for your business in the next 8 to 10 months? And then they would start talking about their goals and where they really want to go if they solve this problem. That's where you kind of raise the value of your product, because you get them to an emotional state of their ideal state, you could say, of their goal. You make them think about their goal, and then you tie your solution as a vehicle to reach that goal, which makes the perceived value of your solution even higher. So I hope this makes sense. Use the script that I will provide, and make sure you just go in and be super authentic. I would rather that you don't use the script and you just really are curious and authentic and try to understand where they are right now, where they want to go, and how you can help. Because that will probably make you more sales than just using a script. Okay, so shoot me a message if you want my help with anything. But that was it for this video. See you guys. Hey.